All right, so I have been challenged, and I'm gonna win a bet. So here's the deal. I've kind of been a little bit inspired by Tim Grover's Relentless book. So I'm gonna try to completely do no sugar for 1 week. This is gonna be so hard for me that I didn't want to do it alone. And my boyfriend says that if I can go 42 hours, you know, if I can do it for 2 days, then he'll join me on the third day. So I'm not about to lose this bet because I need him to suffer like me. I just want to know that I can say no. And there's so much lack of control, I think, that we all have when it comes to, any little thing in our life. And I don't know, I think it's so powerful to kind of take back that control and be able to just say no. So I just kind of want to prove to myself, to be honest, that I can. And then the obvious, positive ramifications that can come from successfully, detoxing sugar for a little while are so vast. So I haven't eaten anything today. It's 12 o'clock. I kind of have a lot of shit to do. This is actually pretty typical. I don't usually eat until the afternoon, so that's normal. But I'm going to try to record everything that I eat. And I think we're going to start with hard-boiled eggs, and we'll see what else I can find in the fridge. All right, I have a couple things already prepped up. So I have all these sweet potatoes, for instance, which I'm gonna avoid. That is a complex carbohydrate that's, pretty much sugar. Same with rice. Can't have cream in my coffee. Pretty much just protein and veggies. We're gonna start with, I'll probably eat 3 of these. Yeah. So I'm cooking these. Probably will eat all of that. There's no sugar in this, so we're good. I wasn't able to eat any of that pozole or the chips or nothing. Obviously can't have this juice. But we are doing cold turkey, so this really is pretty much a carb cleanse too. And the ramifications of that are not going to be so nice. So I just did a pretty good early morning workout. Today is day 2. I didn't film what I ate last night, but I came home and made steak and what are they called? Brussels sprouts. And I kind of learned a new trick with Brussels sprouts. Instead of baking them, I sauteed them with a little bit of apple cider vinegar at the end, and they tasted really good. So I went to the gym with no food in me, mostly because it was a little bit earlier than I usually work out, but also because I couldn't think of something quick and easy to eat. So I'm home now and I'm eating my first meal of the day. Leftover salsa, eggs, a shit ton of bacon, and an entire avocado. So this is my last meal of the night, day 2. Scallops, which I've never cooked before, so I didn't realize you were in your undies. I guess I'll have to cut that out. But yeah, you gotta tell me how these scallops taste, cause... Alright, so I just cut up all of this celery, and I'm about to use as much of it as I want, basically just as a vessel to eat a shit ton of this peanut butter. Alright, so today is day 3. I'm on my way to work right now, and I have already eaten 3 eggs and a couple pieces of bacon and a half a avocado and some onion in my eggs. And then you saw I ate celery and peanut butter. I had a cup of tea. I had almost a full one of these, water, and I feel fine. Like, I feel totally fine. So Tim Grover says that if by day 4 you still feel fine, then you're cheating, or you're doing something wrong. So that's tomorrow, so we'll see. Right, it's day 4. I just ate 2 eggs, some mushrooms and spinach kind of scrambled into it, and that's about it. A little bit of a small breakfast because it's early as hell. I was really hungry last night, for sure, but I think that was really just because I only had time to eat 2 meals, which wasn't enough. I didn't have a headache last night, but I couldn't sleep, and I'm not sure if the kind of insomnia was because I was hungry, or usually I can't sleep because I'm too full. This one's for me. That's a shit ton of asparagus. I didn't realize I gave myself that much. And this one's for Bae. Alright, so today is day 5, and I feel really good. A little bit of a headache, but honestly, I get headaches all the time, so I don't even think that this is a sugar headache. As soon as I press on it and kind of release the muscles there, my headache goes away. It's really weird. But today's day 5, and I feel good. And this morning I had a really disgusting breakfast, but I had leftover Brussels sprouts, and I typically put all kinds of shit in my eggs, and so I put leftover Brussels sprouts in my eggs, and it was disgusting. Yeah, don't do it. But I shoveled it down within half of an avocado. So this is glutamine, and I really like this brand. I have beta-alanine from them, a nootropic from them, but it's just really pure. This is the only thing that's in this bottle is glutamine. So it's not like a pre-workout or any of some of the other supplements that have a bunch of different products in them. It's going to help you with protein synthesis. So basically, your body does 2 things with its muscle fibers. So one is protein synthesis, which is, the cell creating new proteins, and the other is protein decomposition, or whatever you want to call it, where proteins are broken down. That constant turnover of both of those functions is crucial for anyone who is putting their body under some type of stress. So if you are working out really hard and you're breaking up your muscle fibers and asking of your body to grow, you need protein synthesis. You need a little bit of an aid with that. Another reason why you might need a boost, if you're restricting your diet, or if you're changing your diet, if you're asking a task of your body that it hasn't done before. Wow, this camera is really close to my face. Okay, I've already eaten 2 dinners. They were kind of shitty dinners. Eggs and more bolognese. But I really want a snack. I really want a bowl of cereal. Not gonna do it. But I really want one. Sucks. This sucks. Alright, y'all. I'm a little bit annoyed because I don't feel shit. Like, I don't feel shit. Like, not the lack of sugar that has caused any sort of craving. And I certainly have felt no side effects, except for that I'm definitely, like, maybe a little bit, like, tighter. It almost feels like I haven't accomplished anything. Like, so I did 5, today's day 6. I'm gonna do 5 days, no sugar whatsoever, no natural sugar, no dairy, no carbs, no simple carbs, no starchy vegetables, and I did that. I've done it again for day 6. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll just do the next 2 days, with the same thing, instead of like the idea was that I would kind of maybe add in like some natural sugars. Last night I had a friend over. She had alcohol. I didn't drink. I didn't even want to drink. She had like a little strawberries with sugar on top for dessert. I abstained. Like, I guess I do feel proud, but I feel like at the same time I've been waiting for like this to really hit me, and it just hasn't. So I guess that means I should just push it a little bit further, but I also don't want to like snap back really bad. So maybe I should just like start eating oatmeal. I don't know. Day 6 though. We'll see how day 7 goes. Alright, so I'm kind of concluding my sugar challenge, and I'm concluding my video, but I'm not quite concluding the actual challenge itself. I really feel like it's not over yet. We all know what eliminating sugar really does for the body, but you're not necessarily going to see all those things in a matter of a week. A week is a really short period of time, and honestly, it really wasn't that hard for me. I don't eat a lot of sugar anyways. We don't really keep sweets in the house. Every now and then, we're not like strict about it or anything, but it's just not a huge part of our diet. So it certainly was not like horrible. I didn't have a horrible experience. And I think that's actually, a really good thing, because I just quite quickly, didn't feel, cravings and urges to have snacks and sweets. I want to make sure that everyone knows why you would do something like this. My total motivation to try this was literally just because I wanted to challenge myself and just like see if I can even do it. Like, do I have the willpower? And it was really dope to find out that I actually do. But like most of the time, people would choose to do something like this because they want to lose weight, they want to cut their cravings and, they want to be healthier. All of those things are very valid, and it's going to help you with all those things. You are going to balance your blood sugar levels. You're going to balance your hormones. You're going to reduce insulin spikes, and you're going to reduce inflammation. Inflammation was a big one for me because I don't have very good skin, and I wanted to see, if doing something radical to my diet would help, my acne. It didn't, and that's certainly a factor of, time. So I'm hoping to see results. You really would need to do something like this, not the full, zero sugar for a month, but you really would want to do a month of very limited sugar to fully test, or fully see skin results. But yeah, you're going to reduce inflammation. You're going to improve your digestion, partially because you're consuming much more fiber, hopefully, and also because you don't have a lot of gluten and bulky products weighing you down. You're going to boost your metabolism. And then the last thing that's kind of weird is that you are going to save money. This is kind of leading into what I wanted to talk about next, which is like prepping to do something like this. But you really don't have to spend a lot of money. And in fact, I spent less money last week than I usually do on food. A, because I wasn't going out to eat because I couldn't. B, because I'm literally just buying meat products and vegetables. And both of those things had to be in pure form, so they weren't processed or packaged. And I spent like significantly less money on food. So that was really cool. And the last thing is that it is kind of the obvious one, which is that you are going to kind of curb your cravings and diminish them significantly, which is, again, like certainly a side effect that I saw for myself, because I didn't really want sugar. I certainly had no interest in like a slice of pie. Like I would have much preferred like an apple or a strawberry. Actually, in fact, today I took like a protein shake for the first time in a week, and it was pretty disgusting, to be honest, because it was so sweet and tasted so fake in comparison to like all the foods that I have been eating. Like I would prefer a couple strawberries. I guess physically I probably did, like visually I leaned out a little bit, but again, a week is really not enough time to really see awesome results. So I'm definitely gonna keep going. I'm gonna add back in natural sugars. I'm gonna add back in some complex carbohydrates, because I miss my oatmeal, and I miss sweet potatoes, and I miss all my other veggies. I chose to do this because I wanted to, like, I'm a weirdo, and I just wanted to prove to myself that I could. Like, it was much more of a mental thing for me, and honestly, it wasn't that hard. Like, I think you guys can all do it, and the biggest side effect that you're going to experience afterwards is that you're just not going to want that shit anymore in your body. I was literally so excited to eat my cottage cheese and a tuna fish sandwich. Like, that was so damn good, and that was all I wanted. Like, a little bit of mayo, cottage cheese, like full fat cottage cheese, and like some nice bread melted with Swiss, like that was so good to me. That was all I wanted, because I wasn't eating the carbs. And then, oh my god, I had a clementine today. The most like juicy, delicious, amazing thing ever. So like your whole palate changes, and it's so much for the better. So you really want to go to the store, get all your veggies that you need, get any meat that you're gonna prep. Like I made a big bolognese. I forget if I filmed that, but my bolognese was really good. And make a couple big meals that you're gonna enjoy, that can keep you satisfied. And then definitely no drugs, no alcohol, obviously, but no drugs, because you're gonna get the munchies, and that won't work. And then a ton of water. I definitely lost a little bit of fat on my stomach. I don't know about back here, but I'm hoping to see even more of it in the next couple weeks as I kind of continue this exploration. But I hope you guys give it a try, because I was hoping for a little bit more of I was actually really expecting myself to fail, to be honest. When it really comes down to it, I was not expecting myself to be able to do this. And I realized that it's not as hard as, you might think. And I think that the rewards that come from it, if only mentally, are good enough, I think everybody should give it a try. I hope you like this video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see where the next couple weeks take us.